Hello, this is the 134th issue of Catch of the Day, available on the Branch Talk YouTube channel. And today we're going to continue with the reading from Doug Mitchell's book, When the Siege Has Ended, Ezekiel 5, The Judgment for the Living. Starting near the top of page 30, it says, while Brother Hoddeth correctly says that the message of that Isaiah bore was to Judah, Isaiah 1:1, those verses of Isaiah 28 he is quoting and commenting on and applying to the SDA church are actually directed to Ephraim, 10 tribes, Israel, and not Judah. See Isaiah 28:1 and 3. Though Brother Hoddeth taught that the term Judah applies to the SDA church and the term Israel applied to the Protestants, Ben Roden pointed out that since the 144,000 are from all the tribes of Israel and are to all be sealed while they are in the SDA church, i.e. Sabbath keepers, then both of the terms Israel, Ephraim, and Judah must apply to the SDAs. He further explained that when the rod message came, it caused a division in the church, similar to the one when the 10 tribes of Israel separated themselves from the 2 tribes Judah. Thus he showed that the Davidians were Judah, and the SDAs were Israel. As those verses of Isaiah 28 are directed to the drunkards of Ephraim, and the tribe of Ephraim was the leader of the 10 tribes, then Brother Hoddeth was correct in applying those verses that Isaiah addressed to Ephraim in Isaiah 28 to the Adventist brethren ministry, and not the Protestants who he had been teaching were Ephraim. Therefore, it is evident that the Lord had to give Ben Roden the true light concerning the SDA brethren being Ephraim and the Davidians being Judah after the rod message came, so as to be correct with the terminology in the chapter as to whom it applies. Furthermore, both Brother Hoddeth and Ellen White apply this prophecy concerning the word of the Lord coming to the SDA church, precept upon precept, line upon line, to the work of the Spirit of prophecy, as we see in the following. The Lord has been sending us line upon line, and if we reject these principles, we are not rejecting the messenger who teaches them, but the one who has given us the principles. 7T 136. Is it not a fact that no other people at any time in the history of the church have received as much truth as God has given us in our time? Line upon line, precept upon precept, instruction upon instruction have been given us, so that we, as a people, may know and understand the ways of the Lord, obey his voice, keep his charge, commandments, statutes, and laws, thus becoming the children of Abraham and heirs according to the promise. When this is realized in the hearts of men, then they will fulfill the charge given to Peter. Peter said, Thou knowest I love thee. Jesus saith unto him, Feed my sheep. Shepherd's Rod, Book, Volume 1, page 76. In Ezekiel 5:13, we found that after the Lord brings upon the church the judgment spoken of previously in that chapter, he says, Thus shall mine anger be accomplished, and I will cause my fury to rest upon them, and I will be comforted. And they shall know that I, the Lord, have spoken it in my zeal, when I have accomplished my fury in them. Ezekiel 5, verse 13. In Isaiah 28, the result of the word of the Lord has come to his remnant people, precept upon precept, line upon line, is that they were to go and fall backward and be broken and snared and taken. Isaiah 28:13. We have already seen that those things were to happen to them because they wouldn't keep up with the light, which would have brought them the rest and the refreshing. But now that the Lord has taken and snared his people, stripped them of their glory, hair, and burned a third of them, smitten another third, has sent out a sword after the last third, then taken some of the preserved portion, and also burned it up, and a fire has gone out from there to all the house of Israel. What is the Lord to do next? He has taken away the power, honor, glory, and talent, God-given gifts, so that even though the church is gaining numbers around the world, her spiritual condition is about the same as it was after John the Baptist was beheaded and Christ crucified, spiritually dead. As after the portion of the preserved hair was cast into the fire went out to all the house of Israel, then it must be that all the house of Israel is in that sad spiritual condition, though it may not appear to be that way. Take care.